There we go.
Welcome to the June 6th meeting, City Council, Dunbar City Council. Steve, will you give the invocation?
Lord, we thank you for the privilege that we have to come to you in prayer this evening. We thank you for the city of Dunbar and the citizens that have come out, the council that's here, the department heads that are here. We ask that you would bless our meeting, help us to work together and come up with ideas and pass things that need to be done in the city. We ask for your protection of our city, of our policemen, firemen, and all the rescue people we have here, Lord. We just we thank you for all you do for us. Yes, in your name. Amen.
Eric, would you lead us in pledge?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk Foster, we have the roll call, please.
Steve Arnott.
Here.
Mike Scipio.
Here.
Doug Fleshman.
Here.
Bobby Yeager.
Here.
Greg Wolf.
Here.
Jim Hughes.
Here.
Sharon Haynes.
Here.
And Linda Baldwin.
I'm here.
Having a quorum present, I'll now call the June 6th meeting to order. Next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes for the May 16th, 2022 council meeting.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion, we approve minutes for the May 16, 2022 council meeting as written. I'll say.
I have a motion on the floor by Doug Fleshman, seconded by Bobby Yeager to approve the minutes from the May 16, 2022 meeting. Any questions or comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Next item on the agenda is the invoices submitted for payment of $45,827.72.
So moved. I'll second.
I have a motion on the floor by Mike Scipio, seconded by Greg Wolf, to pay the invoices totaling $45,827.72. Any questions or comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Next item on the agenda is the ordinance and resolutions. The approval of budget adjustment number 4. Clerk Fulton.
Yes, Mayor. This is the subject to approve of the state auditor of the ex-office Chief Inspector of Public Office for fiscal court. Does hereby direct the budget to revise prior to expenditure and obligation of the funds for which no appropriation or insufficient appropriations currently exist, as shown on budget revision number 4, a copy of which is entered as part of this record.
This will be a roll call vote.
So we
I'll make a motion. We take this.
Jim, it was you. Jim.
roll call. Steve Arnott.
Yes.
Mike Scipio.
Yes.
Doug Fleshman.
Yes.
Bobby Yeager.
Yes.
Greg Wolf.
Yes.
Sharon Haynes.
Yes.
Jim Hughes.
Yes.
Linda Baldwin.
Yes.
Budget adjustment number 4. Next item on the agenda is the second reading on and approval of ordinance number 772, which deals with the sanitary board rate increase.
I'll make a motion. We approve this.
I'll second.
Have a motion on the floor to approve the second reading of ordinance and approval of ordinance number 772 dealing with the sanitation rate increase. Mike Scipio, second by Steve Orr. Any questions or comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Nay.
Roll call.
Roll call.
Steve Arnott,
Yes.
Yeah.
Mike Scipio, Doug Fleshman,
No.
Bobby Yeager, Greg Wolf,
Yes.
Jim Hughes,
Yes.
Sharon Haynes,
Yes.
Linda Butler.
Yes.
Voted 6-2, the rate increase has been approved. Next item on the agenda is the new business approval to pay Western Branch Diesel for repairs to truck number 17 for $3,760. $3,763.49.
So moved.
Second.
For Bobby.
It doesn't matter.
All right, I have a motion on the floor by Greg Wolf, seconded by Bobby Yeager to approve to pay Western Branch Diesel for repairs to truck number 17 for $3,763.49. Any questions or comments? All those in favor say aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it. Next item on the agenda is approval to pay Precision Pump and Valve Services Incorporated for a new motor and seal for a pump in for the pool at Shawnee Park for $5,634.00 to be reimbursed to the city once we submit the final tally for the year to the county.
This is something about financial, and I'll make a motion. Not as well. I'll say.
I have a motion on the floor by Mark Scipio, seconded by Bobby Yeager to approval to pay Precision Pump and Valve Service Incorporated for a new motor or seal for the pump into the pool at Shawnee Park for $5,634. Any questions or comments? I will say that this is a deal that 2 months ago was brought to the city for that we would submit payments for all of the bills with the running of the Shawnee complex bills to the county, and that they would reimburse. And this is the reason that I think that we should go ahead and do it. They're going to reimburse us in the end. Maybe we don't like that they want us to reimburse us at the end, but we agreed upon it 2 months ago. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Next item on the agenda, we're going to table the next item on the agenda for the fireworks for the 4th of July. Next item on the agenda is, well, I need a motion to table that. Sorry.
Make a motion to table the purchase of fireworks this time. Second.
Yeah.
Got a motion on the floor by Mark Scipio, seconded by Doug Fleshman, for the approval to pay Nitro Fireworks for the 4th of July fireworks. And it's just due to a deal on the billing, and we will get that straight before the next agenda, so it'll be put back on. Next item on the agenda is the approval to pay the Regional Intergovernmental Council $1,949.41 for our yearly annual dues.
So moved.
Second.
Steve Arnott.
Have a motion on the floor to pay the, Mike Scipio, second by Steve Arnott, to approve the Regional Intergovernmental Council $1,949.41 for our yearly membership dues. And is there any questions or comments?
No.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Next item on the agenda is the approval to accept the award and award paving bid. I believe that the Finance Committee came up with West Virginia paving.
Only one acceptable.
Only one acceptable bid. The bid was $62,000.
Make a motion to accept this bid. Second.
Who seconded? motion to accept an award to paving bids. This is 4 different areas of town. Mike Skibby is seconded by Doug Fleshman for award to contract to West Virginia paving for $62,000. Any questions or comments? This will include the areas of Westmoreland Drive that has been 2 years in the making, Oak Street, 199 area, about 2 years in the making, the front of City Hall, the entire road out here in front of City Hall, and 18th Street and 300 block? 100 block. Fixing all those. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it.
I got a couple questions. Sidewalk grant, we not supposed to have that on
He was calling me back with the final totals. We'll have it on the next one.
this? Okay. And we were supposed to have on the agenda the fencing for Untitled Chapter.
I honestly forgot it this time. I did leave that off, I'm sorry. If you want to put an emergency order in, I can't get to anybody from the state to call me back and give me yes, no.
All right, do we have solid numbers on this, Jim?
Jim,
It was 11,300. I gave it to you last time.
No, you give me.
I gave you the bid sheet for whoever got it.
I'll look in my office. It was 11,300.
300.
Like I said,
We have one now.
I put in 2 calls to the State Historical Society. They told me that somebody would call me back, so they haven't. It is what it is. I had another lady call in here today and wants me to put new doors on it. She wants me to put lighting in it and tables inside to have meetings.
Is she good up there?
So, if we want to put them on as an emergency item, we can.
I'll make a motion to add an emergency item.
We have a second.
I'll second.
We have a motion by Mike Scipio, seconded by Greg Wolf to add an emergency item to the agenda. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it. Go ahead.
Make a motion that we purchase
Golf fencing and landscaping.
golf fencing, landscaping, black, with the black wrought iron.
Black bronze.
Fencing for 3 months, park, few people going in there. In the amount of $11,300.
So you just will put it like a cast iron.
Just in front where the doors are now, it's just keep getting in there, getting hurt. We've had 3 people in there, building fires and whatever.
That's what happened to the doors.
Yeah.
I'll second that one.
I'm afraid we're gonna get it down. Price will go again.
I was going to, it was, there's a 30-day free.
All right, I have a motion on the floor by Mike Scipio, seconded by Jim Hughes to purchase the fencing for the wine cellar park, the wine cellar's doors, to keep people out, by Golf Fencing Incorporated,
Golf fencing and landscaping.
Golf Fencing and Landscape. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Anything else? Chief Fox?
Course, warm weather, everything's, a lot of stuff going on. Kind of going back right after the last council meeting, we attended a law enforcement appreciation service at Roxanne Gospel Church. We had good turnout from the police and reserves for an excellent service. Moving on from that, it's a constant run. Calls for service are up, arrests are up. I mean, everything is up in the areas that we want it to, and it's going down in the areas that we don't want it to. But in saying that, it's a constant work. Of course, right now it's a rough time being in law enforcement. There's stuff that happened Friday. It as an administrator, it makes you sit back and think, are we ready? And could things like that happen here? I think we're getting You know, I don't think anybody's truly ever ready for situations like that. But planning and stuff are always in the works for things. You know, unfortunately now, in my career, I get to plan to attend another funeral that shouldn't have happened. And things like that are sad. But we can only work harder and make ourselves better. And I'll answer any questions if anybody has.
The homeless in the 10 cities, what are we trying to do with them right now? We're trying to run them down.
We're constantly on the move. Me and the mayor,
Well, it's a little hike at bottom low gap and Westmoreland, they can't come top the hill now.
been there twice and haven't found anybody there yet.
Because they're bringing their stuff down to the bottom of the hill every morning and throwing it there,
As you
not
say,
up to Donnie.
The 2 times that I've been up there and haven't found anybody, we went on one behind the ball fields the other day, me and the mayor went for a hike on that one. And we found stuff, but we haven't found any people. We're going in, we're cleaning the stuff, we're pushing it if we have to. We're trying to get them cleaned up and get them moved, trying to find who the property owners are. We're trying to make sure that people aren't in areas that they shouldn't be.
But you still have the postings that, like the ones that we laminated that time?
I'm sure I got one.
Yeah, we need to get a few of those by Wednesday because we're going to go behind Kroger's again and put them back up there in at the ball field on 22nd Street. And then you say they're on top of the mountain.
When you get at bottom low gap and Westmoreland up on top of the hill up there, you see them having one up there on
What is that path?
And they're down there by the boat, the old boat ramp there.
Yeah, we know about the boat ramp.
I saw them out there Friday, I'm here Friday, they're not doing that on Friday.
Chief?
Mayor, council, a couple of you asked me there earlier, we did get the white truck back, last Tuesday, I believe. It's not striped yet, it will be. We got the invoice for that the other day, and it came back $900 higher than the original quote. And that's without replacing the steering wheel and the driver's side seat, because they told us that, those are no longer in production. So I put a call in last week. I'm gonna call back tomorrow about getting a itemized invoice as to what they actually did. So when I hear back from that, I'll get a hold of you. We can proceed with that. We also have been pretty busy. Our call volume through the 1st of June is probably double what it was last year. Probably double since I've been here. We're on pace for, I'd say, definitely a record year. You guys have been busy. We got the rain barrels filled this morning. Most of them anyway. That I'm doing. I think that's about all I have.
What about the new truck? I know you've been having some trouble with the new truck.
Yeah, I need to talk to Assistant Chief James. He's the one that took it over there. I haven't seen him at work in the last couple of days. He took a day off, and then the weekend I haven't seen him. But he was the one that took it over there. He's the one in contact. They told him last week the parts were on order, and it should either be finished Friday or today, but I have not heard it. So he should work tomorrow, so.
But when you get that truck back, they will put you up in full capacity.
Yeah, well, yeah, for a while. When we get it back, I think we're gonna take the white one up to Charleston and see if they can reupholster that seat. Do something with it to get it fixed. But yeah, it'll put us back where we should be.
You still gotta get a letter too.
Yeah,
That's the thing you said was.
yeah, well, it was included in that original quote, but I'm almost certain that the guy that's a fireman at South Charleston, J.R. Fiddler, he is the one that's actually going to letter it. He does that as well. Actually, I think he did, he's done some work for us. J.R. does good work. So I think they were supposed to be getting hold of him and setting up for him to come over and do that.
But they're gonna pay you.
They'll pay him. Any other questions?
And request that, so we went through about filling up the rain barrels. a lot of flyers that y'all would go around. This is our about empty.
We filled them up today.
Did you?
The barrels, yeah. I know, I didn't have a list, so I told them to go down Dunbar Avenue, and I know they were on 16th Street. So if there ends up being some that you.
Top of Westmore.
On the top of Westmore.
I'll say we didn't get that, because I didn't know about that. And I can have them go up tomorrow or Wednesday, next time it's full shift.
Is there,
have a list of all the
Westmore.
I do not have.
is there one on, the park on 10th Street?
Yes, there is. There's one in Westmore.
If you give me a list, I'll have the guys
Yeah.
today go through the list and check out what they did, and then we'll catch the rest of them. Any other questions?
Darn
Garbage report for the last 2 weeks, May 23rd to the 27th, at a total of 74.27 tons. The 31st to the 3rd, was a total of 78.78 tons, which is almost 10 tons per truck per day. So we're getting up there on it. We're supposed to start pothole patching next week, but it was supposed to be delivered Friday. You'll see me out and about this week marking potholes, getting ready. If anybody has any that you don't see this mark that you want me to get, call me, let me know, and I'll get to it. Are there any questions?
I do. Several months ago, we talked about getting dumpsters. Has that happened, or?
I have given that report to the mayor. Whenever we want to have a meeting, I'll go through that report. I'm just waiting on, for you all to tell me that you want to have a meeting, you want me to go through it. I'll sit down and go through it with you all, kind of guide you through what. I think the total was over a 5-year period, if we did it, it was going to bring in an estimated $190,000.
And the reason it hasn't been brought up is because I just now hired a third driver. We didn't have anybody that could drive a second truck. We only had 2 trucks. We had to stay out on the road. He has a third truck back now, a third driver, or 4th driver.
We now have a total of 4 drivers.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we just got one of the trucks back, so
Well, that
we
could
could
have
look
been-
into it now where we couldn't before.
That could have been said for quite a while, I just, okay.
Probably getting anywhere caught up on the grass. I know y'all been having Johnny go around and clean up all the lots and stuff, but the grass crew didn't need better at all.
They're mowing and weeding. They're not weeding perfect. I have a meeting with them again tomorrow, because I'm gonna take him and show him what I'm talking about. Obviously, he's not caught on what I was talking about, but he's coming in to meet with me tomorrow.
He just has a few guys still doing.
He has 3 now, and he's been doing a good job keeping the mowing. It's the weed eating more than anything. And we're gonna have a big meeting tomorrow.
So it's just all, I don't know who does all the sidewalks, but.
They haven't touched it. Believe me, I know.
Okay. Tommy, I showed, Greg and the mayor before the meeting, and I know they're both coming to court, but in between, Payne Avenue and Moore Avenue, alley in the 1200 block, and the alley, and it's crushed from all up and down that alley. And it's, I know, they didn't bring that, but they're just coming forward, but it's just, I mean, it's bad. I mean, couches, furniture,
We picked it up.
blankets.
I went 2 or 3 times, and we picked it up.
It's there the next day.
Yeah, I drove through.
Yeah,
It's already down for.
He called me about 2 weeks ago, and I went down there and wrote him a ticket. And while I was there writing the ticket, Jay and, what's the other guy?
Dexter.
Yeah, showed up, cleaned it all up, and I left. I'm not kidding, the very next morning, it looked like no one had ever been there. Trash was
If they're
everywhere.
going to show one of those like tonight, pictures tomorrow.
I got court tomorrow.
It's a disaster.
If you want to go this route every time we do it, we can charge you to clean it up.
That's what we need to be doing.
Well, he did send them the bill, you know, that day James actually showed up and he, you know, we're gonna get a bill for this. But, you know, it was just like that the next day. It was terrible.
Donnie, tomorrow, can you get your poison out and get the island there at 12th and Ohio? And the islands coming off the exit and entrance ramp, especially the concrete one at the end of Park Drive and across the road from it.
Are you still running garbage 4 days a week, trash on Fridays?
Right now, we're splitting the extra trash and trying to cut the city lots and the corridor lots. We're just trying to split them. Rainy days, we're picking up extra trash, the days it ain't raining, we're trying to cut it.
Okay, I just wanted to use on the same schedule, but you're good, your grass cut in there too. Order a street sign for 15th in Ohio. And, wait,
That's the one I called you about this morning, 16th number.
21st and Charles, there's no sign either. Yeah, 21st and Charles. And I looked around to see if they threw it any place, but I didn't see it.
And the one I talked to you about last time there at Anderson Court, Knott's Avenue, is still, please.
I will tell you that it won't be fixed tomorrow. He has 3 people or 2 people off of bereavement and 1 person off on vacation. That cuts it down to the point that trash and queue and grass.
90% use for it.
Yeah.
You are still looking for another driver, correct?
I'm gonna bring
I had a guy call me the other day and wants to come in, but he wants me to give him more than what the guy's been here for a while did. And I told him no.
We're gonna have 2 interviews probably the next week, and we'll call those guys in the morning. These are laborers, but we had 2 other guys come in and get applications. One works in South Austin. He's one to come over here. When I get his application in, I'll get him in there.
Have you been down to Ben Franklin? Course down there.
No, most of those, I talked to the guy that does construction down there, he said most of those guys that they have coming in there, they're looking for over the road $60,000, $70,000 jobs. They're not really looking for home job. Yeah, he said that's where they try to place them, is through different companies. PNC is the big one that they do. He said they start you out at $68,000, 6 miles. I can't compete with that.
He's 13 in there.
I can't compete with that. Anything else?
Matt, Dawson.
Good evening. First of all, thank you for passing the rate increase. Greatly appreciate that. We had a meeting last week with the contractor. They anticipate starting at the end of this month, 31st of July. So, start construction very soon. Any questions? Thank you.
Policeman.
Being Mayor, council citizens, been working on concrete mostly for the last couple of weeks. So pouring curbs out front tomorrow while City Hall is closed. I know we can just direct everybody to next door to drop off orders. And we'll pour curbs down 22nd Street from Max Gas, drop in the 10 boards. The next phase after that, the building will be closed tomorrow because the electric company will be out working, setting a new pole, rewiring. So as soon as that's done, we get those conduits moved off the telephone pole out front, down the corner here, we'll get that area ready to pour, and we'll pour this next pad. We're gonna have to dress up some stuff out front, trying to figure out how to blend it all together. The trucks, all the vehicles are out for sale right now. We've been out for about a week now. Working on getting some deeds.
I was gonna go up today, but I didn't have the guys to work today, so I didn't get a chance to do it. For 135 Dunbar Avenue, we had a problem with notification. We've got that settled, so I'm gonna run John Porter to the State House. The auditor brought us up there to get the deed, then probably Thursday. We'll get started on it. The asbestos bids are in for 901 and 901 Dutch Hollow, 184 Ford, which doesn't have any asbestos in it. We're still having issues with the deed at 153.7. Trying to get it. Trying to get another deed to 11 Dunbar Avenue. We've got several lined up, we're just waiting for a little bit of paperwork to be cleared up, clarified. I'll be making back papers, they hauling dirt up on them,
Yes.
so. And I'll take this file I've got right now, and take any questions.
I can't, that's Stevens Road, I was asking about design, right?
There's, as far as I know, they're still waiting on that, trench drain that being manufactured to come in.
I can't get into where today, you got two houses that are in Fort, south side.
135 and 137. 135 is the one he's working on.
Okay.
137 went for the property board. She has 30 days to make a decision. She's talking about donating it to us also.
Yeah, it's definitely a tear down, it's just whether we get it or not.
Grass is about 4 feet tall.
You already tagged that?
Problem with it is, if you go up there and drive around it or anywhere close, you'll see that everything from inside the house has been thrown out in the yard. We can't really touch it till we get the deed to go in there and clean it all up and then mow it.
Well, if we can get, I can get a court order from a judge to go do that.
You at least cut the front, I mean, that's what really looks bad. This stuff.
It's still full of trash too.
Yeah.
It's on Donnie's list.
You guys made, excuse me,
Go ahead.
you made any contact with the owner of 466 19th Street? That's getting to be a really bad nuisance again.
I understand that. I was by there the other day. I've literally been in my office last week for 10 minutes. We're trying to get this done out front. I've spent all my time out there. I will see if we get a rain day or after we get the stuff forward, and I get a day not working concrete. I'm taking whatever rain day.
Suppose 90% chance of rain tomorrow.
Yeah, but it's only 0.02% of inches worth.
People are back in there again, they're stringing clothes all over the yard again.
508 is also standing wide open. 19, where she moved up to and then abandoned.
Yeah.
I'll get on that.
Do you know who 466 is owned by?
I knew who bought it for taxes, but I think they sold it.
Well, they put it up for sale, but I never saw anybody buy it.
I haven't either.
The realtor
Still got a
box
builder.
still on the door.
Still on the doors, is there
Yeah.
a realtor sign in the front yard?
So,
No,
but one of those lock boxes is on the floor.
yeah, it's never had a sign.
I'll,
I think whoever bought it is just trying to wipe it out of their mind and leave it there for the city to take care of.
I will take care of it.
Well, I know, but I hope we charge for it too.
Oh,
Find out who owns it.
Do anything for free, that's taxpayer.
What's status for burn out houses?
You would not believe that. The one up on the hill on Roberts Road, I've been all over that guy, because I can actually talk to him. He's just gonna give us some profit. But the problem is that lot is in 2 different deeds, and he has one deed. And he said he would assign the other deed to us when the auditor's office releases. And I talked to Steve, and he said that's fine as long as there's no liens against it. And there shouldn't be because it was all tax money. Usually when it goes to taxes, all it needs is money. So we should be good there. There's no asbestos in that one either. And tested. I had the owner tested and it's clean. So it'll just be, the demo bid we got on that one, but we've only got one, 17,340, I believe. It's a big house and there's a lot to it. This house over here on West Virginia, I don't even know what mortgage company owns it because they won't tell me. There's nowhere in the paperwork that I can find it. I deal with property. It's a property management company. They relay my messages to the owners, and the owners occasionally respond, and still yet they're, the sale was supposed to happen in April, the foreclosure sale was supposed to happen in April. And it was supposed to be May 7th or 6th or something like that, and that didn't happen. And it still hasn't happened. And I say we just tear it.
That's what I say, it's a hazard,
But
it's a safety hazard.
you all will have to vote on it.
Yeah, I talked to Steve Swisher about it. He's got some language, he's done some research on a new ordinance that can allow us to do that. I think he said he had to get with the fire department maybe and.
Both of us can just declare an emergency demo and be done with it. But I would really, when is your all's next ordinance meeting?
We don't have one scheduled, but Steve wanted me to call him on Thursday to get the language worked out and then we'll get
We need that state code, or the state building code adopted. That I put the language in for you. But there was a couple of other ordinances I'd like to bring up that I would like to see put in effect, so we can negate all this stuff in the future. This stuff lingering for 3 months on a demo or a burned out shell of a house is ridiculous.
Yeah. We've got people going back in again.
Oh, and what baffles me is the mortgage company's partially liable for it, and the owner's still partially liable for it. And I guess they just don't understand the liability issues that they've created here for themselves. If somebody goes in there and gets hurt or killed, they're done. I mean, it's.
We could tear it down, but legal, I didn't worry about that.
Well, the mortgage company even asked him how much we would charge to tear it down. And I said, we don't tear this down if we don't know it. We farm the house. So that would, they could do it themselves cheaper than we could do
Well, Ron did things down there and drive by, he'll give you a price, I'm sure.
it. Yeah, I'll get prices real quick. But it's just, we don't own it, and, then we just got another yard.
Better than what we got now.
It is, absolutely.
All the way around. Speaking of messes, 1606, is that what it is?
05.
1605.
No. What in the world are we gonna do with that? I mean, that's ridiculous.
Field court.
Yeah. I got 27 cases tomorrow.
You go what?
27 cases.
I know, that one right there, the house is covered.
Yeah.
No one's living there anymore. We looked up the information. I called over to a couple of places to try to find the owners of it, see if they left forwarding addresses with the post office. Can't find them. I had a guy in my office want to buy it today, and I couldn't even give him an address where to write a letter to see if they could sell it to, or if they wanted to sell it to him. It's kind of the name of Johnny. I can't remember his last name. But it's on Donnie's list also to get it trimmed and cut.
Yeah, it's on the list. He's got a huge list. I don't know how many I've turned in that failed.
I mean, there's no sense in that.
Is the judge doing anything with what all Greg goes out here, writes tickets and
When they
stuff?
show up for court, Judge.
What would he do?
They just go straight out and cut.
I've already discussed that with you. I'm coming to court tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon, and my people that don't show up, using for me just to go ahead and ask for a cake gifts.
But the judge does work with you.
Oh, yeah.
If the people don't show up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to start hitting these people in the pocketbook.
That's
Make
exactly
them pay
right.
attention.
That's what'll hurt them.
Yep.
They'll get their picture.
We get paid for that.
If you build something, let's work things out. Get it on the tape.
Anybody else?
Yeah, several months ago, I was attempting to talk about a building that I thought was in need of help. And you told me I couldn't give the address. Why can I not give the address when you all can?
If you're gonna discuss somebody's specific property in open forum, you need to inform them ahead of time to give them an opportunity to defend themselves from any allegations. It's just that simple. I mean, if you say you're gonna talk about 123 Main Street, you need to let the owners of 123 Main Street be notified so they can be present to give their side of the story. So it's literally that simple, but you have to do it. And the properties we're talking about, for the most part, are tax properties, is the ones that I'm working on getting. Most of them are done deals, they just haven't paperwork. Any of it?
Jesse Madden.
All of our rentals in Shawnee Park, the wine cellar, and everywhere there have just been passive, which is a really good thing for all of us. There have been all the way across the board, and we've had to actually turn people away from people on the waiting list. So that's a really good thing. But we're bringing up a lot of money into that, so that's really good. On June the 10th, our senior trip at Columbus for the seniors will be leaving at about 6:30 in the morning. And there's several people there that's going. And last time that we had the meeting, I hadn't had it approved yet, but I talked to Mike. I called him, and he asked me to investigate the lottery to see if we would be able to get a grant or any kind of money from him. So they advertise it quite frequently, that they help seniors and so forth. And they actually gave us a $2,000 check for that. And they said that we're the first ones ever to go in and try to solicit a sponsorship as far as the senior center. And so we did that, and him and I just probably spent an hour, 15 minutes with them talking and laughing, and they were very receptive to us, and so they really paid off. Mike told me to follow up with that, and so we did that, and it worked.
So we're the only ones they've ever gave it to, whereas the rest of the money they say is for senior program.
It goes to a state senior program, and then they distribute it to whatever they would like. And so we were the first one to actually have a direct contact with them and here in Charleston. So
I think most of what they do is by vehicle.
I know wheels.
Yeah, they buy a lot of things for van wheels and for seniors. This is something totally different.
So they said it was the first one, so it worked, and everybody that came through. Also on June 11th at the Monticello Lake, we're having our free fishing day, and it's going to be from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Donnie and I have been working on that, and we're going to give away fishing rods. We have hot dogs and drinks there, and chips and things for the kids. And so we're working on providing bait. The fire department will be there to have a fire there with s'mores and things like that. So we're trying to make it real attractive. We gave out over 600 brochures to all the schools before the day are out for the summer. And we put a banner up. It's been up for about 3 weeks now down there at the Mexican restaurant. So hopefully we'll see how we can really turn out for that. And on June the 13th, starting on Monday through August 11th, we're starting our splash park again for the summer. And if what the word is golden, then we'll be able to do it at the 16th Street Church parking lot there from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock on Mondays and Wednesdays, and Dutch Hollow on Fridays. And I will run, like I said, from the 13th to June 12th. That's all we have right now.
What's going on with the pool down there now?
The pool has been open now for 2 weekends.
They do any good down
And I did the first day, it was the first Saturday, they only had about 6 or 8 people, or maybe not that many, but the weather was really bad. But then after that, they had up to 150 people there visiting in one day, on the Sunday and Monday of Memorial Day weekend. This past weekend, they had a big crowd there, from what I understand.
We don't have anything to do with the pool except for just to maintain it.
Just to maintain like the chemicals and the pumps and things like that. We got it all cleaned, painted, some of it carpeted. We pressure washed the pool, the deck, the chairs, painting. We just did all kinds of things to get it ready. And Bub's done a real good job with that too. But like I said, we've had a few maintenance problems down there, but everything seems to have come together there. So they said that they were extremely satisfied with the condition when they took over. Said that with other places that they had done, that wasn't the case. So they were really pleased.
So the whole corner of the pool work is all they came back and repaired all that.
Yes, it's changed.
So they will be open during the week?
Yes, they're open every day except for Tuesday, 11 to 5:30. And they have the prices, and you can call them, but they're not selling season passes. Yeah, they're just selling day passes. They said they have a lot of problems with, like if someone would switch over, they would come in and you'd have 4 John Smiths. They would come in all the time. So it was, there's no military discount, college student discount here at state, and there's senior passes and some passes. And also with the lady that came in here before, what was her name, Scott? I'm sorry, the lady that was wanting to know about the group that she brings in every summer.
Oh, that's
Kathy.
Kathy Ferguson.
Yeah, Kathy Ferguson, and they actually sold her 100 passes, or up to 100 passes if she would like, for a certain age group and for a special rate discount.
All right, public comments?
Is City Hall going to be closed tomorrow?
Yes, for part of the day. We're having the electric completely redone outside, so it'll be closed, but there'll be people here. It's just won't be able to accept the pay. We can accept the pay, get some check form, not cash. Be able to put it in the envelope.
You can take them to the
Speak with you tomorrow.
Depends on what. And if it's something that you keep getting me on, you can bring it out right now. Because I'm telling you, the grass growing across the sidewalk is not a jailable offense.
I have some other issues I need to talk to you about.
Okay. But we can speak right after this meeting. Anybody else?
Mr. Mayor, for the good of the order, there's no other city, I'm sorry.
Dunbar Safe Community, and everybody watched having a cookout over at Kroger, 10 to 2. This Saturday, hot dogs and hamburgers. We'd like to donate some money, we'd really appreciate it. Get you a good half hamburger, any of this burger, it's good hot dogs and chips. Love that.
For the good of the order, if there's no other city business, I move to adjourn this meeting.
Second.